Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash, the channel where spec sheets are stripped down to reality, where glossy press photos face the cold honesty of real-world life, and where every car, whether it's a budget commuter, a family favorite, or a luxury performance machine, has to prove if it really deserves the hype. Today, we're looking at a car that has stirred quite a bit of excitement, not only because of what it is but also because of what it represents for Porsche's future. This is the all-new 2026 Porsche Macan Turbo, and trust me, it's a lot more than just a facelift or a continuation of the brand's best-selling SUV. This is the fully electric Macan, and in turbo form, it's Porsche's way of saying that the shift to electric doesn't mean sacrificing soul, speed, or style. Exterior: at first glance, the Macan Turbo still feels like a Porsche. The front end has that familiar wide stance, with headlights shaped in Porsche's signature 4-point LED design. They sit slightly higher, emphasizing the SUV's muscular proportions, while the hood creases flow back toward the windshield, giving the whole face a sense of motion even when parked. The grille has been replaced by a more aerodynamic closed-off design, but Porsche cleverly integrates air curtains and vents that channel air smoothly around the car. The lower bumper gets an aggressive look, with sculpted intakes that not only serve function but also deliver a menacing presence on the road. Unlike some EVs that lose character in their pursuit of aero efficiency, the Macan Turbo feels like it has been sharpened, almost like a 911 SUV, with design elements that connect it to Porsche's sports car lineage. Moving along the side, the Macan Turbo has a low, coupe-like roofline that tapers more dramatically than before, clearly showing its sporty intentions. The side profile is muscular, with prominent haunches above the rear wheels, a Porsche design trait you'll recognize instantly if you've ever admired a 911 or a Taycan. Flush door handles keep airflow clean, and depending on the trim, you get wheels that range from 20 to 22 inches. Each designed to balance aerodynamics with that unmistakable Porsche performance look. The side mirrors are now mounted lower for better airflow, and you can spot subtle sculpting on the doors that give the body more depth and tension. The proportions are spot on, compact enough to look agile, but with just enough bulk to remind you this is still a family-friendly SUV. Swinging around to the back, things get even more interesting. The rear is dominated by Porsche's continuous light bar, now slimmer and sharper, stretching across the width of the car. The Macan lettering is illuminated, adding a futuristic touch, and the rear haunches are more pronounced than ever, giving the car a planted, wide stance. The roof spoiler is slightly extended, and a second spoiler integrated lower down manages airflow at higher speeds. Unlike gas-powered Macans of the past, there are no exhaust tips here, but Porsche has done a great job of avoiding the blank, soulless rear. Instead, there's a sculpted diffuser that reinforces the sporty theme. If anything, the lack of exhaust pipes almost feels like a flex, as if Porsche is saying the car doesn't need to scream performance, because the badge already tells you what it's capable of. Interior: step inside, and the transformation is even more dramatic. The interior of the 2026 Macan Turbo blends Porsche's heritage with a new digital-first approach. The first thing that grabs your attention is the curved 12.6-inch driver display, giving you crisp graphics and customizable layouts, from classic Porsche dials to futuristic EV-inspired themes. Right in the center, there's a 10.9-inch infotainment screen seamlessly integrated into the dashboard, supporting the latest version of Porsche's communication management system. And if that's not enough, Porsche even offers a second screen on the passenger side, allowing them to control media or assist with navigation without distracting the driver. The cabin feels driver-focused, with the center console angled slightly towards you, and the mix of materials screams premium. Leather, aluminum, and sustainable finishes combine to give you that unmistakable Porsche feel. Seating is sporty yet comfortable, with bolstering that holds you in place during spirited driving, but still enough cushioning to make long trips enjoyable. The driving position is excellent, low for an SUV, making you feel like you're sitting in a sports car rather than a crossover. Rear passengers benefit from more space than the previous Macan, thanks to the car's EV platform, and cargo room is respectable, boosted by a small frunk up front for additional practicality. Ambient lighting, high-end sound systems from Bose or Burmester, and Porsche's attention to detail complete the experience. It's a cabin that feels both futuristic and unmistakably Porsche. But what really matters here is performance, because this isn't just any Macan. This is the Turbo, Porsche's way of pushing the limits. Underneath, it rides on the new premium platform electric, PPE, developed with Audi, giving it the foundation for serious numbers. The Macan Turbo comes with the dual-motor setup and all-wheel drive, delivering up to 630 horsepower and around 833 Nm of torque. That means 0 to 60 in just about 3.1 seconds, putting it in supercar territory. Yet this is a 5-seat SUV. The top speed is electronically limited to around 161 miles per hour, which is more than enough for most situations. What's even more impressive is the way Porsche has tuned the chassis. Adaptive air suspension, rear axle steering, torque vectoring, and a low center of gravity thanks to the battery placement all combined to make this Macan feel far more agile than an SUV has any right to be. Steering is precise, body roll is minimal, and the car feels eager to change direction, just like you'd expect from a Porsche. And because it's electric, all that performance is delivered instantly, with no lag, no gears, just seamless, brutal acceleration every time you put your foot down. Range is equally important, and Porsche hasn't ignored that. On a full charge, the Macan Turbo offers around 370 to 400 miles of range on a WLTP cycle, depending on wheels and options. Thanks to an 800-volt architecture, the SUV can charge from 10 to 80% in just over 20 minutes on a high-speed DC fast charger. That means not only can it thrill you on twisty roads, but it can also fit easily into daily life. Porsche has clearly built this to be both a performance machine and a practical electric family SUV. Of course, all this doesn't come cheap. The 2026 Porsche Macan Turbo is expected to start at around $95,000 in the US before options, and as we all know, Porsche's options list can easily push that well past $120,000 if you go wild with customizations. It's premium pricing, but then again, this is a Porsche and not just any Porsche, but one that might well become the benchmark for electric performance SUVs in its class. So, after spending time with the 2026 Porsche Macan Turbo, the takeaway is clear: this isn't just a replacement for the old Macan, it's a statement of intent. Porsche has proven that going electric doesn't mean losing character, performance, or emotion. The design is bold without being over the top, the interior blends luxury with technology. The performance is nothing short of thrilling, and the practicality makes it genuinely usable every day. For those worried about the soul of Porsche and Evera, the Macan Turbo is here to reassure you it still feels like a Porsche through and through. That wraps up today's review here on Car Flash. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more honest takes on the latest cars hitting the road, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell so you never miss a future video. Until next time, keep your seatbelt fastened, your eyes on the road, and your love for cars alive. This has been Car Flash, and I'll see you in the next review.